Here's episode 45 of the Super Parent Podcast with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning. Today's episode is the monkey bars.
Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
Hey parents, thanks again for spending some time with me. I truly appreciate it, and I want you guys to know that you are not alone. I've been deep in the trenches, so to speak, with my wife being gone. She's learning how to teach yoga, and I'm going to do another episode on that, but it's been me and the kids and the business, and I've been going full out. Now, I'm pretty proud of myself, not to toot my own horn, but I've been rocking it, which is why I'm going to talk about it. But I wanted to bring up one topic first about the monkey bars. We had a family reunion this past weekend, and my daughter was trying to do the monkey bars, and she was going some pretty high up monkey bars too, so she was a little freaked out to begin with because it's kind of a long drop. At the same time, a little girl who was used to this particular park because we were out of town, we were at a different park. She was really brave in certain aspects, but when it came to these monkey bars too, she was having a little bit of a harder time. So let me kind of explain some of the premise here. So my daughter Hayden, she was on the monkey bars, but at the same time, even though she was really scared about how high it was, she kept her eye on the prize, meaning she only looked at the monkey bars or the rungs that she still had to go. And so she'd go from rung to rung, and she would just do it flawlessly. This other little girl who was slightly older and used to this park, however, when she tried to do the monkey bars, she did not complete it at any point. Now, the difference between her and my daughter is that this little girl was looking down. She wasn't looking, she would kind of glance up at the monkey bars, but she was more focused on the ground than she was the monkey bars. And as you can imagine what that did for her own psyche or what she was thinking, there was no way that she was possibly going to succeed in this. Thus, the lesson here. When we see it side by side, the lesson's pretty obvious. Those who are looking for the next rung are going to do much better. Now, what this means is, take it down to, in your life, what do you want versus what you don't want? So let's say that you're quitting smoking. It is incredibly tough psychologically for us to quit or try to lose or try to stop doing things versus working towards a goal or towards something. So, for example, it is far easier for me to train for a 5K or train for a 10K than it is to focus on losing 10 pounds. Now, by training for said 10K, I lose 10 pounds, easy said or done. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to train for something. So for example, to quit smoking, you have two ways of thinking about what are you trying to gain, or are you going to be constantly thinking about the next time that you would have had a cigarette, but you really can't now. I can't have the smoke break. I can't have a smoke after I get done eating dinner here. I can't smoke after sex. I can't smoke at the end of a hard day. Instead of focusing on what you don't want or on the things that you now have to not have, you should be focusing on what you do want. And so you do need to change your goal just a little bit of instead of being somebody's quitting smoking, you are now a non-smoker. And so what are those opportunities that's going to give you? Oh, well, now I can exercise longer, or now I can taste my food more, or whatever it might be. You have to pick something that's going to anchor you to that success. So when we really come down to me personally, food has always been an addiction to me. So it's one of those things that I would sedate myself like, oh man, it's been a crazy day. Kids are finally in bed. Let's have a Coke, or let's have a frozen pizza, whatever it might be. Instead of focusing on what I'm not having now or what are those things that I used to like, now it's to the point of like, hey, I got this event coming up in 30 days. I got to really stay focused. Let me look at my calorie tracker. And then by the time I start looking at my calorie tracker, it's MyFitnessPal or RunKeeper or things like that. And after I really get kind of in touch with my goals and figuring out what I can and cannot do, hey, I'm already focused on what the task is at hand, what's more important, and what I really, truly want to do. And so it can be a total game changer for you to just think of, okay, where on the monkey bars am I? Am I looking at the rungs or am I looking at the ground? Am I going towards something I want, or am I trying to avoid something I don't want? It could be even something as simple as going for that raise. It could be going for better friendships or a girlfriend or more sex with your wife. Those type of things are what you need to really be focusing on. What is that next rung? And before you know it, the ground isn't even an issue because you've already made it through. So chilling amazing lesson from my daughter. It's amazing when you have kids that you can just learn lessons from them. And, it can be as simple as watching a toddler learn how to walk and have the perseverance of them going over and over again. And if you can even apply that lesson to your own life of that, walking, I don't learn to walk in one day. I'm not going to learn how to, change my life or upgrade my life in one day either. What's it going to take to go to another level? So, folks, that's the end of this lesson, and you listen to this for free, so you are obligated to spread this message or to at least do what I asked you to do. Otherwise, you have no other investment. So I want your investment of time or of that investment of spreading this word. And so I ask you, please review me on iTunes. Please go on Facebook and like our Facebook page, the Super Parent Syndrome. Do whatever you can to kind of spread this message, because otherwise I'm going to get burnt out. I'm not going to want to do this anymore, and I just love doing this anyway, and I'd like to actually know that it's making a difference. So for all you parents out there, I appreciate you. I thank you for your time with me, and this is Dr. Nick Fanning signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.